you should read Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky. But before we get into the synopsis and my review on this currently running series, be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss any future updates or episodes. Starting off with my synopsis, Matt has returned to being Daredevil after a near-death experience, but things aren't quite back to normal for him just yet. The man without fear has returned, but he is distracted, he's distant, he's unfocused, and his mind is pretty much elsewhere anytime that he's out on patrol or fighting crime, and this leads to a very, very unfortunate accident. While stopping what should be a routine breaking and entry robbery in Hell's Kitchen, Daredevil accidentally kills one of the suspects, and this is just the beginning of his troubles. In fact, he doesn't even know that he has taken this man's life because he's so distracted and so just not in his right mind that he doesn't even find out until the next day when he sees that Daredevil is wanted for murder on the news. And that's all I'm going to do as far as synopsis of the kind of beginning of this series by Chip Zdarsky. I don't want to get too much into spoilers and kind of what happens later on and everything like that. But that's basically the kind of the first issue and the spark that lights everything throughout this entire 36 issue run is Daredevil commits a murder that he didn't intend to happen. So Chip Zdarsky took over writing for Daredevil in 2019, and he has really set himself apart and established his name, I think, through this series in a lot of ways. He's really differentiated this run from previous Daredevil runs, and I honestly think that the Chip Zdarsky Daredevil is going to go down in history as one of the finest runs the character has ever had. And I think one of the best things that Zdarsky has done, and something that he's really good at in terms of writing any of his superhero stories, is he's really explored who the characters are, and his use of dialogue and his use of drawing parallels between characters is really the basis for that. Specifically, starting off with Kingpin and Daredevil, drawing similarities and the parallels that their lives are going throughout the series. And a lot of the things that have happened to Kingpin and to Daredevil through this run are kind of mirrors of each other. The same ups and downs. Obviously, the causes are different, but the way that they react to it. And I think he's really showing us the differences and highlighting what makes these two similar at times even, but really the differences between these two long-term nemesis and how they handle situations and why each of them are kind of in the position that they're in within their relationship. And, Kingpin is one of my favorite villains, Daredevil, one of my favorite heroes. And of course, they are an iconic villain, and hero duo, and he really has explored each of them in their own way, and not even just through their interactions with each other, but through their interactions with the other characters in the world, through Kingpin's interactions with the Stromwind family, through Daredevil's interactions with other heroes, through Kingpin's interactions with the other crime families, through Daredevil's interactions with his allies and even some of his enemies. And he's really drawn kind of who these men are in their own worlds and with the people that are closest to them and explored who they are as characters, but also drawn some similarities and highlighted the differences between them. And I think that's really something Zdarsky is great at, and something that only he could really do with what he's done in this run, because his use of dialogue is so masterful. You really get an idea for what each character is feeling and what their thoughts are on each situation. He's even gone as far as to draw these similar parallels between Typhoid Mary and Elektra, which are two characters I would never think to compare. But what really stands out to me in that comparison, at least, is his examination and the way that he has pushed the character of Elektra to new bounds. I've always felt that Elektra was really never explored as a character beyond the fact that, she's a master assassin, she hates the Hand, she's in love with Matt, she hates Matt, they have a relationship, they don't. She's really always kind of just been a supporting character, and her two things are she hates the Hand, she's a master assassin, and she's willing to kill where Daredevil is not. But Zdarsky has really pushed Elektra into new areas and really explored what she's capable of as a character and really just ran with it. And many of the changes that he has put her through, I hope are permanent, because now she's a character with a lot more heart, a lot more depth, and a lot more meaning. And it's really great to see that in a character like Elektra, to see that she is capable of growth beyond being just a master assassin and all these things, that she is capable of so much more than that. But overall, this is a fantastic Daredevil series. I definitely recommend it. It is, very popular. A lot of people are talking about it, but you should definitely check it out. It is coming to an end, I believe, sometime this month with issue number 36, and that's going to lead us into the Devil's Reign event, which is also written by Zdarsky. The art in this series has been fantastic from Chiquetto. From issue 1, it's dark, it's gritty, it's kind of everything that you would want from Daredevil artwork and everything. The realism, but also with like the dark grittiness and the overbearing shadows and everything like that. But yeah, this is an awesome series. I definitely recommend it. Like I said, Zdarsky has truly set himself apart through this Daredevil run. Daredevil is one of these characters that almost always has great series and everything like that, and this one is by far not an exception. It, in fact, might be a new standard for Daredevil going forward with the things that he's been able to accomplish with the character. So I definitely recommend checking out Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky. You can shop some of the volumes down below. It is very popular, so it is hard to keep it in stock, and hopefully I will have more volumes in stock very soon. But yeah, let me know in the comments, have you read Zdarsky's Daredevil? Are you planning on reading it? What have you heard about it? I would love for a chance to connect with you and get to talk to you about it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification so you don't miss any future updates or episodes, and I'll see you later.